Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
That's cool, man. I really like the glass. The glass that has his name on there. That's cool.
So for me, there's two things when it comes to treating people. It's either coffee or a nice drink. And you close deals with the drink too.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think that's cool.
Bring it to the appointments. Let's have a shot.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, that was good. That was really good.
That's smooth. Take a shot down.
You want some?
Probably after. Yeah, I'm
Drink
down.
this one.
We need the camera to work properly.
All right, so let's start with the beginning.
Okay.
People see the success, but they don't see the journey. Where did it all start for you? And were you always business-minded, or did something push you into entrepreneurship?
Oh man, good question. So, no, I wasn't a business-minded person. I was the athlete student. So a little bit about me. So when I came to this country back in 2004, man, I'm an immigrant, just like many of us. What happened was I haven't seen my parents for over 10 years, both together.
Wow. Yeah.
They left me. I was raised by my grandparents. Then when we came to the States in 2004, that one thing that your parents always tell you, go to school, get good grades, so you can have a good job. But obviously me and my brother didn't follow that footstep. We both got into banking, but prior to banking, I wanted to get into professional soccer.
Oh, soccer.
Yeah, but coming from a Middle Eastern background, just know one thing, there's not a lot of push towards sports. So right after high school when I got into banking, I went to college too, but dropped that after 6 months. I always saw this young studs coming to the bank and like depositing 15 grand, 20 grand. I'm like, man, what is this people doing?
Yeah.
Then I found out that God has a bigger calling for me. And that calling is, you know what, I can serve people and do good to people. Then I came and found the best industry that, pays me until today. Bought my first house. And you know what, take care of my family. There's a lot of things that this business has done for me. So no, I wasn't the person that was always a business minded.
Yeah. So, I mean, life insurance, financial industry isn't exactly something kids grow up dreaming about. How did you get introduced into the industry?
I got introduced to the industry by my brother. So I always said if there's any business advice I'll ever take, it's through my brother. Any personal advice when it comes to family, I'll always take it from my dad. But I got introduced to the business, the insurance industry, through my brother. So he was also in banking too. So what happened was I followed his footsteps. I got into banking too. Then he left bank. I followed his footsteps. I left bank too.
Yeah.
Got into the insurance industry, and we're both running our own agencies. But until today, he's my mentor.
Correct. So, I mean, first year in business, let's be real, dude. It's a grind. What was it like for you?
Oh,
when you finally made the jump?
So when I got into the industry when I was 16, I couldn't make money because I had to be 18 to get my state license and all this stuff. So whenever I turned 18, for 2 years, I was just attending, learning the language, how people talk, how do people sell, how to prospect people. So when I turned 18, I'm like, you know what? I know all the ins and outs now. Man, I'm going to make a lot of money. But guess what? Not every day is going to be sunshine. There's going to be rain coming too.
Yeah.
So what happened was I'm like, okay, what's that one thing that's bothering me right now? It was my age. Because, you might know a lot, but people still judge you based off of your age.
Correct.
So that's where I started leveraging a lot of my people, my brother, the people from the office. I just connected them and they took care of the rest. But one of the obstacles for me was age, the trust.
The trust.
Because if I sat down with someone who's 40 years old or 50 years old, talking about retirement, talking about protecting their family's future, they're like, who's this young stud trying to help me?
Yeah.
So they always judge me based off of my age. But yeah, that was the only problem for me. But the way I came was, you know what? I started developing myself, reading more books, listening to more podcasts, and just hanging around with people much older than me.
Correct. I mean, most people quit when things get tough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what made you stick it out instead of walking away because of the age thing and, et cetera?
When I started the industry, I had a lot of my friends with me in business. So I want to say over 22, 30 people, all 18, 19, 20-year-olds. But what's one thing, let's be real, what's one thing all 18, 20, 21-year-olds want? They want quick cash right away.
Yeah.
So in our business, it's not that easy, because any business you open up, you're not going to make your money the first year. It's not even guaranteed you're going to make the second year. So most of the people left the industry, but why I stayed, because I saw a future. And the people that I was hanging around with, all the millionaires, they said, if you stick around the next 3, 4, 5 years, put your head down and grind, this business will pay you back 10 times, 20 times more than you expect. So that model stuck with me, and I took it on, and it worked.
Yeah. Well, it's working, right? I mean, at some point, you went from just selling policies to actually building a business, an agency. When did you realize that you didn't just want to be a producer, but you wanted to scale and lead a team, an agency?
Good question. Selling, you can always sell, but when it comes to building an agency, that's a little tough, because now you start working with other human beings, and us human beings, we all have different personalities. You have a different personality, I have a different personality. So when it comes to building the agency, I noticed that you get tired of selling. It's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. What's next? But when you start building an agency, now you have a whole army of people that you start leading. And everyone has different markets, which you can tap into and help them. And one of my number one goals in life was not just me making money, but my team making money.
Correct.
So we have a lot of new people that, we have over 20, 25 people that are about to get their first check with us.
Okay, nice.
So they're excited. Doesn't matter the amount of the check. It really doesn't matter. As long as they see that money hit their account and they know this industry actually works.
Yeah, they know it's real.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, leadership is a whole different skill set than selling. What was the biggest challenge that you faced when you started leading the team?
One of the biggest challenges for me was, I would say, when tough times come, a lot of people don't have that mental toughness in them, and they slowly start to fade away. And they start bringing up excuses, because my mindset is different than the person in front of me. So I can't control their mindset, but one thing I can control is reminding them about their goals and dreams. Because anyone that starts with me, I always want to know what their goals are, because during those tough times, I want to remind them about their goals and dreams so they don't forget about it. That's why we started doing this together.
Yeah.
So the toughest thing for me was people always fading away through tough times. And COVID was one of the best examples.
Yeah.
Everyone was, thinking it was going to be great, but one day COVID came in and literally changed a lot of perspective. A lot of businesses were shut down. So a lot of people started fading away too.
Yeah.
Because tough times came in.
Tough times, yeah. I mean, I always say there's a difference between making money and building a business. What separates someone who just grinds from someone who actually scales?
So someone that grinds and someone actually scales is two separate things for me, because the person that grinds, they can make money anytime, anywhere. Get them from one industry, put in a different industry, they're still going to make money. But someone that actually scales, they know their competition. They know what they need to do to beat their competition. Because when the enemy's sleeping, you're working.
Yeah.
And that's always scaling too. You scale your business. All right, what's the numbers this year? What's the numbers going to look like next year? And the years follow. That's called exponential growth. But with someone just grinding, yeah, eventually they're going to make it, but it's not guaranteed, because they're going to burn themselves out.
Yeah.
But when someone scales it, they know what it takes in the next 2 to 3 year run so they can reach their goal.
Okay. Let's talk about the industry as a whole. A lot of people underestimate the power of life insurance.
A lot.
What's something about this business that most people don't realize?
So I have this good saying. I always say life insurance is the name, but the marketing strategy is different. Because people know life insurance as, hey, I pay to an insurance company, I pass away, my family receives the money. That's absolutely true. But just like we have smart cars, smart computers, smart TVs, the industry has updated and upgraded as well. So what I mean by this It's not only about passing away. Now, when people are actually living longer, they can use that money that they built inside of their life insurance. If they ever get sick in between those years, they can also use their life insurance. People have homes, people have kids, people have businesses. It can be used for so many purposes. I know it's not one of the sexiest topics to talk about, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's one of the most important things because whatever is mandatory, people have. People insure stuff that they value a lot.
Correct.
Their cars, their houses, their phones. But one of the most important things they don't value is themselves. So they don't insure it. That tells me a lot about a person. The person that insures themselves, their income and their health, that's the person I want to talk to because they value their life more than their car.
Correct. And with the people that don't value life insurance, what would you think that holds them back from securing their life or looking into something like that for them and their family?
I think many people overthink about the price because a lot of people are misinformed about life insurance. They always think it's going to cost them a lot, and a lot of people think that life insurance is not mandatory right now because they're young. But I guarantee you one thing: as you get older, your health is not guaranteed either, because once we walk out of this office, we don't know what's going to happen to us.
Correct.
Especially today's raining too. Any day, anything can happen. So I always tell people, while you're young, lock your life insurance because you're in a good health condition right now, because tomorrow is not promised.
Correct. So, I mean, the game is changing. Social media, AI, new ways of marketing. Where do you see the biggest opportunities in life insurance right now for yourself and your agency?
So when I started the industry, a lot of people didn't know anything about life insurance. A lot of people didn't know about infinite banking that people talk about right now.
Yeah.
But nowadays, when I have a lot of youngsters coming to the office or messaging me on Instagram, hey, you know what? I heard on TikTok there's a such thing that you put money into a life insurance and then you can borrow from it. You can buy a car, you can buy a house. What is this? It's the technology that's advancing right now, and people started realizing, wow, it's a very powerful tool that life insurance offers. So with social media and AI, it's changing the game, not fast, but very steady. It's a steady growth. And it's to our benefit. Why? Because people are now realizing how important it is. Because let's face it, no one wakes up one day and says, hey, you know what, I'm going to go buy life insurance this morning.
Yeah, correct.
It's not, I'd rather sell jewelry than life insurance. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to what it offers and what it can do for generations on, that's the power behind it.
Yeah, that's where it gets sexy, right?
Exactly, exactly. That's what they call the generational wealth transfer.
Yeah. I mean, what's next for you? Are you focused on expanding your team, building your brand? Are you taking something on even bigger?
So what's next for me? That's a good question. I have a next 5 to 10 year run, and my goals are very simple. I want to create over 100 six-figure earners in the next 5 years. I want to have offices in all 50 states and help 1,000 families be financially protected. And creating a personal brand for me is very important because people always know about branding. You want to have that one brand where people see a logo, they realize what that brand stands for.
Correct.
My brand, my company name is Ambition Driven Financial. Why I came with that ambition? Because number one, that word for me was one of the best words in the vocabulary, ambition. And when someone has ambition and they have drive, I think you can't stop that person.
Yeah.
Because if you see someone's eyes, you can tell the hunger, you can tell their drive, and if you talk to them and you can feel something's kind of coming from their heart, actually, that's ambition for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So for me, in the next 5 to 10 years, building a personal brand, helping people make six figures and more, and you know what, just helping a lot of people be financially educated.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. Yeah, I mean, if you had one piece of advice to someone listening, maybe they're young, maybe they're struggling in their business, what would it be?
Anyone listening to right now, if you're young and, you know, I've been in your shoes, I've been to the place where, you know, where you go, you want to swipe your credit card or your debit card, it declines because there's no funds inside. I know that feeling. It's not a good feeling. I know when people go to college, they want to become somebody, but you know what? They get that diploma, then afterwards they're like, I really don't see myself doing this. And what's next for me? I'm 25 years old, I'm 30 years old, I'm 35. What can I do possibly right now that I see myself? It's completely fine. I just want you to know that for sure, because not everything happens in one day.
Yeah.
You got to try different things, different industries to find what fits yourself. If you're a person that likes to help people, if you're a person that likes to make money, if you're a person that likes to give back, then there's a lot of industries out there for you. An advice from me to an individual, someone actually watching, they're young, is find that niche, find that industry that you can plant your flag, put a 3 to 5 year goals, put your head down and press the gas and take off.
So,
have the right mentorship, have the right leadership, and the right people next to you.
yeah.
Because there's 3 things that, for me, it's important for me to do business with someone. I gotta like the person, I gotta trust the person, I gotta understand the person. If those 3 factors are there, I think that person is very qualified for me to do business with them and actually sit down and have a conversation.
God. So, man, this was solid, Aro. I appreciate you having us here in your office.
Appreciate you guys for coming. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Where can people connect with you, follow your journey, or maybe even join your team, connect with you and learn from you?
Yeah, so my Instagram is ARO_DAVTYAN_. So it's my name _Davtyan and _. You guys can reach me out on Instagram or on my website, ambitiondriven.org. All the information is provided over there. But yeah, I'm always active on Instagram. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'm more than happy to talk.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Guys, if this episode gave you value, do me a favor and share it with someone you know that might need to hear it. Please hit the subscribe button, drop a review, and let's keep leveling up together.